What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at part 2 of my WWE Elite 113 review video, and we're going to be doing Dragon Lee, Trick Williams, and Tiffany Stratton today. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. Alright, so first of all, we're going to start with Tiffany Stratton since she's front and center. She comes with her cowgirl hat from, I cannot remember the pay-per-view, but it was one of her NXT appearances. I'm not going to have the hat on her because it does just take too much lighting, but you see what it looks like with the hat on. She also comes with 2 fisted hands, and then she comes with like 2 open hands. The fisted hands would be great to hold the Money in the Bank briefcase or whatever you please to do with that. For Tiffany, I love this figure. A lot of people complain about the face. It's doing weird things with the lighting, like with the lights above me here. I do think the face in person looks really good compared to like her basic. I think this looks a lot better. Also, I love this attire. I don't remember what the pay-per-view it was, but I think the pink and the white looks really good. It matches her character, her personality, everything about it. I'm not going to sit here and judge a woman's ring gear. So you kind of see it for what it is. It does look good. I don't like the thick knee pads. I always complain about that on figures. All this detail on the top, not on the bottom, but the top is sculpted, and it does look good. All the stars going throughout the boots, the back of the pants, the top, I can't believe all that at the top is sculpted. That's a one-off, like, that's not going to be used again. That's kind of impressive to have a unique sculpt like that. Especially, just like I said, one-off. It's pretty insane. I do like this figure a lot. Definitely one of the best women's figures of this year, but I feel like I've said that about every women's figure that has came out, and they're honestly just not missing. They're all phenomenal, top notch. I do love it. This does have the new ankle pivot feet for 2024, so it has transitioned over to the women's figures already, and that is pretty much it for Tiffy time. Let's see how Dragon Lee's figure looks. All 3 of these, well, no, this is all 3 of their first elites. It's her second figure. These 2 is the first time in the line. Pretty insane. Dragon Lee, for accessories, he comes with the 2 mic holding hands that he has, and he comes with the 2 open hand slap hands. We've all seen those before. He also comes with a one-off sculpted jacket, unless he gets another elite. And the jacket looks really good, has the feathers going down there. Everything about this looks good. As you see, it says 2024 down there, so it shows this is not reuse in any way at all. Looks good. I also think this torso is a brand new mold. The way it's kind of cut around the pecs right here in the middle, I don't recall seeing that on any other figures. I could be wrong. If I am, please let me know. But I think this is a new torso. Also, the way that the biceps are connecting to the shoulder, I think, is a new way of it fitting, as we see on a typical release here with Carmelo. It just doesn't really fit like that on the shoulder joint. So that is interesting. The one thing I don't like about this figure is that the fact that since the mask is molded in white, the red and the blue are obviously painted, that also means the eyes and the mouth are painted on. So if you get real close, you can see that this is painted on, unfortunately. A little bit of beard on the mask there. But it does have great articulation, which you would expect for a cruiserweight. Of course, that's the second figure in a wave. I mentioned it in the last video, that has a white elbow pad. So you do want great articulation, especially on a luchador. Or at least I do. I don't know about you guys. The gear itself looks pretty plain. It is all white except for the mask, but the jacket is intricate. And like I said, it does appear we do have 100% a new face sculpt, but it does appear that we have a brand new torso that is going to be used going forward. As far as articulation, we talk about the ongoing leg issue in 2024. It is absolutely great, and since it has the pinned knees there, you're going to get great articulation. I do want to take these boots and probably eventually put them on a Dominic Mysterio figure because I think it will look really good. And these boots are a brand new sculpt as well. And they are also the ankle pivot boots, but you don't have as much pivot because of the sculpt of the feathers. But I will sacrifice some articulation when it comes to a great sculpt like that. I love this. He can basically hit the splits, I believe. Yeah, he can hit the splits, which is great for a cruiserweight. It does have that issue, which is unfortunate when doing the splits with the new figures. But other than that, this figure is top-notch and a great addition to your cruiserweights or your luchador shelf. And was he part of... He was either part of LWO or Legado, and it got really confusing because there was some overlap. Or like one would go from... Like Carlito went from LWO to... Ooh, did he go to Legado first and then Judgment Day? I don't know. It's been real confusing, but this Dragon Lee figure is absolutely mental. Definitely a great release, and a lot of the figures this year have been, which is insane. A great year for figures. Then we have Trick Willie. Now, this torso, I know it was used on Jinder Mahal. Other than that, I cannot tell you who it came with off the top of my head, but I know it's Jinder Mahal, and I think it was something... There was another one like last year that it was released with. I don't know. Don't hold me to it. But I know it came with Jinder. It does look good. This necklace is a brand new sculpt, which is considered an accessory. It also comes with the mic holding hands and the open palm slapping hands. Those are fine. These glasses are a unique sculpt as well as a new head being sculpted. So a lot of like brand new pieces were used for this. We got Tiffany, her torso, Dragon Lee's face, his torso. We got a new Carlito head. I don't know about Kofi, I'll be honest. And then on top of all the new feet being changed over to the ankle pivot, it's kind of insane how much we're getting from Mattel. But the glasses was what we were originally talking about. Those are a brand new sculpt as well. And you take them off, and the likeness is still there for Trick Williams, which is very, very welcome. Sometimes when you take the glasses off, it doesn't quite match. He comes with the NXT North American Championship, which is always a good-looking title. And then you take it off, and he has the Gucci-inspired gear, which is great. It has the Trick Willie across the front. I kind of want to take the crotch piece of this and use it for a Giovanni Vinci custom. Obviously change where it doesn't say Trick Willie on it, and just, I don't know, maybe that's like a little personal preference thing. On the left, it does say Bout It. It has a picture of Trick Williams on it. On the right, it does say Trick Williams once again. Looks good. Obviously, it's not going to line up perfectly because it is going from the hip to the upper thigh, upper hip or lower hip area. So it isn't going to look good. The gold rim around the bottom of the shorts gets a little lost when paired up next to the skin tone, and I also think it doesn't help that the skin tone is painted. So this leg piece here, I don't know if it continues. Yeah, it continues down to the knee pad. This skin tone part here is actually painted on, and the leg itself is molded in white. I guess that does help with paint chipping, but then you have the awkward color skin painted on there, and it never really lines up 100%. Coming down to the kick pads, you do have the TW logo on the side. It does have the ankle pivot, which is absolutely mental on the Trick Williams figure, which is great. As far as kicking out to the side, he does have that resistance with the new legs, unfortunately, but he can big boot people all day long if he so pleases. It does look good. I was worried about it looking not as proportionate. I still think the torso is a little too big. He is a big guy, but I think it might be a hair too big. And then we put him up next to his former partner, Carmelo Hayes. I do like the size difference here. It does make Trick Williams very imposing. And like, he was a heater for Carmelo Hayes. So I do think that works out very, very well. Elite 113 has honestly been very, very strong. I'm going to put the glasses back on Trick. I do like this. I don't know how I would rank the figures, quite frankly. But when you have just such an amazing lineup and so many first time in the line figures, well, not first time in the line per se, but you have a Tiffany Stratton first Elite. You have Trick Williams first figure. You have a Carlito for the first time in about 12 years. Then you have Dragon Lee's first figure ever. You really are setting yourself up for an amazing set Then you take the goods and the bads with the new parts, and everything about it just looks great. I do love this. This is a very solid set. Definitely recommend the whole entire thing to people. But that is going to be it for today's video. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, take it easy.